What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Risky Ryan Trades. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Magnificent 7, a little heat check. Today is Tuesday, July 9th. It is also my wedding anniversary, 2 years. So, yeah, congratulations me. Why don't you hit me with that like? Why don't you hit me with that subscribe and give me a comment below if you're seeing something I'm not seeing. Before we dive in, disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only. This is not financial advice. This is for entertainment, my financial opinions. But I hope that you learn something and find value in it. All right, let's dive right in. So today we're actually going to be not just looking at the Magnificent 7. We'll start with those, but we're going to be going over the Excellent 11, which I believe, names like Netflix and Eli Lilly deserve to be in the conversation. There are big weightings in the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. So yeah, we're going to start with Microsoft, of course, Old Faithful. Right now we're in a really healthy upward trajectory. Now, we did have a big red day today. We had a big, yay, reversal candle and no, right? That's what happened here. However, we are above the Ichimoku still. Now, if we close below the Ichimoku, if you're a day trader, the Tenkan-sen is what this is called, then you might consider reducing your position, because we might fall back into this area right here. However, I wouldn't put that as the most likely. As bad as this looks, I don't know. I just don't. I think it got it out. Got it out of its system. That's what I'm hoping for. Price target is up here at this Gann angle, $500. That's about where the arc is. These lines usually indicate like a time target too. So $500, maybe by the end of July. That would be really nice, wouldn't it? At the moment, we are in this Fibonacci channel. Right in the center, we've got, we broke clean through and on an uptrend over this right here. And the next point of resistance, if it just went straight up tomorrow, would be about 478. It was in this channel before. Could try to enter it in again, but I kind of doubt it. I think that you're going to see maybe some sideways action here while it digests this really big recent move. And maybe right here we continue an uptrend. All right, that is Microsoft. Next up is NVIDIA. NVIDIA looking really good. Really, really good lately. So, hold on, okay, so this is kind of a mess. I'll guide you through it. First thing that I want to draw your attention to, let's just zoom right in on what we're working with. First thing I want to draw your attention to, this arc. It's in the arc. It got rejected out of the arc. It's back in the arc, and now, for the first time ever, it is closed. Well, it closed over the arc over here, but it is closed over the arc right here. It's created a doji candle, but we did close over the arc today, and that serves as support. So it's not going to want to go below 130. It's really not even going to want to go below 131-ish. So what we're all hoping for tomorrow is a continuation in this channel and a push over this fib level right here, 132. A good clean candle closing above 132 tomorrow, and we may be broken free of this resistance point and moving along. Now, I want you to take a look at this. So these are Fibonacci levels. I drew it from the top of here to the bottom of the flush. And when we come up here, the extension point, the 1.618 line, is confluent with the Gann line at about $155. So that is, at a minimum, my price target for the end of the year. Barring some geopolitical event, that's where it wants to go next. And let's just do a little math right now. So we are at $131, or here, 155 divided by 131. That's another 18%. and it could come as early, you know, like if it stays in this fib level, it could come as early as the beginning of August. 18% in 1 month, not a bad deal. Now, that's if everything goes according to plan. Obviously, you know, if we fall out of this fib channel, the next fib channel is all the way over here, which would not be good. However, we know NVIDIA, it very well could enter one of these other fib channels. So, very bullish that it got out of that range that it was in. Very bullish that it's sitting on top of the arc now. And we're 132 is the next close. We want to see it close over. Let's just take a look here. 132, we'll call it 132.25. If it closes above that, we're in good shape. Apple closing. Oh my goodness, did it close above the arc? It closed above the arc, ladies and gentlemen. Look for more continuation tomorrow. It's in this fib channel as well. It's going to want to hold in there. You could see, you know, it come down to retest the arc before moving higher. But we're in the arc, ladies and gentlemen. So, and it's a big arc. Goodness gracious. So like if it stays in the fib channel, next point of resistance, 243-ish. So Apple looking really strong. A lot of rejection. You know, those wicks are price rejections. So it tried to get under the fib, no. Tried to get under the fib, no. And it closed over the arc. So that looks really good. I'm liking Apple. I increased my position today. Next up, we got Meta. Some big red candles recently, and they're not closing where I want them to close, but overall, this might be a gift. I increased my position today as well on Meta. Now, we're pretty solidly in this arc. And when this candle right here, notice, so here's the arc. This candle blew through the top of the arc, blew through this Gann angle, and blew through this all-time high. I don't know if that's an all-time high. Yeah, I think it is an all-time high, or at least the recent high. When it does that, one of these levels has got to hold. And at the moment, we are still in this Fibonacci channel. When it blows through these levels, that, to me, that's pretty firm confirmation. And now we're in a digestion period. But we are still above the Tenkan-sen. Ichimoku is not, or sorry, the Chikou span right here. Chikou span is above price. Cloud has not flipped yet. So you could see, you know, it come down to the Tenkan-sen and this level, 523, before continuing forward. However, it does seem to want to stay inside of this fib channel, so I wouldn't count on it. I like what I see with Meta. You know, the big thing is it broke over this Gann level and it's closed over there multiple times. And the next extension up is right about $600, $603, and the arc is about 637. So I'm expecting a big second half for Meta. That's why I increased my shares. Next up, let's take a look at Google. Google closing within this Fibonacci channel. I don't have any Fibonacci extensions on here, but it looks like it's gunning for this 198 level. Might come sooner, might be the 200 level. So, you know, we're above 190, so it has 200 in its sights, but there's a lot of resistance up over 200. You know, you almost would want to see it confirm over like 203 before starting a long position. However, Ichimoku is everything is in order. We're holding up in this fib channel, so I'm looking for more. I'm expecting more strength out of Google. I don't think that it collapses before it tries to get into this 198 to 200 level. But if you see this video and it's already up here, I wouldn't be entering a long position. I'd be waiting for it to break through. Tesla, good God. All right, so I'm gonna pause this real quick so I can set up my Ganns because I don't have one yet. All right, I don't know if that, hold on. Okay, yeah, that did work. Okay, Tesla. So this chart is, I don't want to say broken, but what is going on with Tesla? It is flying. As you can see here, it tried to stay above this Gann angle, and it failed back in the beginning of the year, and it just absolutely collapsed. It found support at 173, 174, 175, and it's just rocketed through the arc, rocketed through this Gann level, and it looks like it's on just a absolute rocket ship to try to get back up to like this 300 level, 290. 300 I think is where it's gonna meet major resistance, and this rocket ship will end, if not sooner. But even if tomorrow, if it just goes straight up tomorrow all the way to the Gann angle, we're at like 290 and near these highs up here. So next level of resistance, major resistance, is going to be here at about 280, and then again at about 300. 300, it starts to get interesting. If it can just keep going through, I really doubt, stocks can't go up in a straight line like this forever. We may see a retest down to 245, which would be an excellent entry, I think, because, the strength that it just busted through this Gann angle, busted through this arc, like it consolidated for a second. It skipped, it almost entirely skipped. Let's take a look. Hit its head on the arc, pushed up the very next day after that, over the Gann, and then a little bit of consolidation, and now it's off to the races again. We closed very close to these right here. If you see a break over it, the next leg up is 278, and then the next leg up after that, the coveted 300. So, yeah, I mean, this is one of those trades that I missed because I'm just not much of a Tesla investor. I know it's going to upset so many of you. Not that I'm a Tesla bear. I'm just kind of indifferent. Not a huge believer in electric cars. And this stock freaks me out even more than NVIDIA to invest in it. It's just way too wild of a ride. And at this point, I wish I had caught it. I wish I had caught it right here where there was like a reverse head and shoulders pattern. And then when it closed over this Gann angle, you could have entered a small position here and then, phased in. Now it's just, I never have good luck chasing stocks, but, this might be really good to day trade. And I think that's why it's flying up, is because people are day trading it. You also see tons of volume pushing into this stock at the moment. You do have earnings. When is earnings? July 23rd. So you could see, I would not be surprised if we tried to hit this angle before earnings. But earnings might bring everybody back to reality and back down to this level. If it were to retrace back down to this level and consolidate, I might consider entering a position there. But at this point, for me personally, I lost it. All right. Next stock we've got, so we did NVIDIA, 1, 2, 3, 4. Amazon, how can you forget? Okay, so we're finding resistance at the arc, and no surprise here, it's right at $200. So this is going to be, this is an inflection point, but it's been basing for so long. So long. And we all know Jeff Bezos is selling like billions of dollars worth of shares at about $200. He's not selling them under. So once the dam breaks, I think we bust through this arc. That's my prediction. Hopefully it holds up, gets into the arc, finds some support, and then just breaks through and gets us to this 223 level. But that's what, I wouldn't be entering a new long position here just yet. Maybe wait for it to, confirm over this arc or begin like a really good bullish pattern, over $200. But I just don't see it, coming back down to this level, 188. That level's gone now, in my opinion. I don't think you should wait to get shares there. So it's kind of a tricky situation. If you weren't already invested in Amazon, I wouldn't necessarily go chasing at this very moment. However, it does seem to be consolidating higher at the $200 level, and hopefully we see a nice dam burst up to 215, maybe if it takes a while, 210, something like that. But once we get above that, you know, 272's on the table. So I have a big position in Amazon, full disclosure. I just, earnings is going to happen, and I think it sends this stock cruising. I don't know what's going to derail it, what bad earnings is going to happen. I just don't see it. I mean, it is, consumer related, and the consumer's been hurt. It's been struggling lately, but they have so much more going on with their business model. Okay, so that's the Mag 7. However, there's some other stocks that deserve mention because they are such a large weighting in the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. Let's spread this out. So this is Broadcom. It's basically struggling to get over this 1850 level, which it peaked at right here. Came down to Kijinsen, closed over Tenkan-sen, and now we're back in an uptrend. It's really, flirting the line with this fib channel that it fell into, and it does seem that it wants to be, there. And, to continue, but we need to see a strong day out of it tomorrow to stay in this fib channel. Otherwise, we could see some sideways consolidation up to this, it could be end of month July. Could be end of month July if it doesn't go over this line soon before we finally get that follow through. Netflix. Netflix can't seem to get into the arc, and I don't want to say it's breaking down by any means because we're still closing, consolidating higher. I'd like to see this fib channel hold. So, over the next few days we need to close over 685 at least. But it's looking good. I mean, the chart looks strong, making all-time highs, and this is another one I wouldn't be entering a new long position in. I'd want to see it get into this arc first. Top of the arc 710, middle of the arc 700. So if it breaks 700, you could see momentum push it through the top of the arc. Next level up is going to be 737, and then way up there. Earnings July 18th. So you might see a run up before then. Eli Lilly. This thing is absolutely beast moding right now. Cannot be stopped. Okay. What is this level right here? Let's get rid of this. Okay, strong candle. Sometimes these candles can be, like look at this one right here, can signify a top. However, I do like the price rejection. I do like that we're back into this fib channel, like firmly in this fib channel right here. And we're getting very close to the arc. So if you were in this for a long time and you're like, wow, how could it possibly keep going higher? You're pretty much close to the take profit here, 938. But I don't see any reason to sell at the moment. We're still in a firm uptrend. We had some softening here, and now we're recovering strong. So I think it makes its way right into the arc, and hopefully can find some support. You might see it extend and then soften into earnings, and that catalyst might bring it back up, and then then we're looking at 1020, 1030. So still plenty of room to go. I don't think this stock slows down at all. As you can tell, I'm pretty bullish on the market. Costco. Scary candle, but it closed at the high of yesterday, or it closed at the opening of yesterday, and over the high of this big green candle, which I like. We're also back into this fib channel with wiggle room, and I believe this is a fib level? It is a fib level. So the next extension is pretty confluent with the arc. So once we hit 928, about 928, we're gonna hit our heads. And there's, you have the arc, you have this. So, I'll be keeping a close eye on it once it gets there, and I think it's gonna get there sooner rather than later. It's just the price action. You have this consolidation. We're up on the next level. I think if it shoots for it too soon, I'm probably going to take profit. But if it slow and steady wins the race up to it, then I'm going to be holding and keeping an eye on it. But if tomorrow it just comes up and it hits 925, like I'll probably take some profit and then wait to see like it form out a base or something. All right, and then I believe we have one more that rounds out the excellent 11. Actually, that is it. All right, you guys, that is my analysis of the excellent 11. Tomorrow, if I have some time, I'm going to try to take a look at some holdings in my personal portfolio: Uber, Shopify, PayPal, Visa, Shark Ninja, CrowdStrike, and then the Qs and the SPY. I'll try to do a mid-week recap and to see how everything's looking and if we can finish the week strong. Thank you so much, everybody, for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, would you smash that like button? Hit me with a subscribe if you watched a few of these and you're getting some value out of it, so that you can maybe hit the bell so that you can get notified when I put up new videos. I'm trying to put out a lot of new videos because I'm doing this research anyways. And thank you so much. Risky Ryan out.